Hello, everyone. I'm glad to have this opportunity today to share with you about the topic of information security. My name's Frank, and I'm a system architect and cybersecurity consultant for a multinational corporation. I specialize in handling various data security and cyber attack protection projects. I have over 30 years of experience in cybersecurity. In these 30-plus years, I've handled thousands of cases and seen all kinds of sophisticated hacking techniques. I've also witnessed countless tragedies where families lost their life savings because of an unintentional click on a link or an urgent phone call. So, for me, information security is the most important topic for modern people's peace of mind. Because no matter how much you know how to relax, if your wallet has a hole, your heart can't be at ease. So why am I sitting here today recording this video myself? Because a case I handled weighed heavily on my heart. I feel that I can't just stay in the office analyzing code and charts anymore. I must stand up and use my experience to tell you some sincere words. Today, I'm not going to talk about the cliched fraud techniques that everyone is tired of hearing about. I want to talk about a new form of data theft that is right beside us, and perhaps you and I even received a related text message yesterday. I want to first share with you a true story of Miss Maggie from Wilmington City that happened just a few months ago. Miss Maggie is a middle school teacher and is very cautious. She usually doesn't even talk much on sales calls. One afternoon, she received a text message on her phone. It was a reminder from Empties about a parking fee. You have an outstanding temporary parking fee of $28. To avoid penalties, please click the link to pay. Miss Maggie thought $28 is a small amount, and she did drive downtown a few days ago and seemed to have parked temporarily. She looked at the URL and saw the word DOTs, which looked very normal. As a responsible citizen, she didn't want to be fined for a small amount of money, so she clicked on the link. After clicking, it was a page that looked exactly like the official website, asking her to enter her credit card number to pay the $28. Without suspicion, she entered her card number. At this point, a window popped up on the web page saying, "To ensure transaction security, please install our bank security certificate plugin." She thought that installing a security certificate sounded very reasonable and safe, right? So she clicked Install. After the installation, the $28 payment was successful. She breathed a sigh of relief, put her phone aside, and continued to do housework and watch TV. She slept soundly that night. Everyone, the most terrifying part is coming. The next morning, her phone was completely normal. It wasn't until she went shopping at Walmart and was about to pay with her debit card that the cashier told her the balance was insufficient. She immediately called the bank to check. The bank's customer service representative told her in a very surprised and sympathetic tone, "Ms. Maggie, your checking and savings accounts totaling over $3.27 million were all transferred out in over 20 transactions between late last night and early this morning." Miss Maggie collapsed on the spot. She couldn't understand. She hadn't received any scam calls, hadn't told anyone her password, and hadn't operated her online banking for any large transfers. The phone was in her possession the entire time, lying quietly on her bedside table. So how did the thief get into her bank account, and how did they empty all of her life savings? This is the topic I want to thoroughly break down for you today. How your phone can be controlled without you noticing at all. My friends, this is the question I most want to answer for you today. This is a brand new criminal technique. It no longer needs to call you or even talk to you to empty your life's work while you are sound asleep. In the rest of this program, I will use my 30 years of professional experience to completely deconstruct every step of this method for you. I will tell you how scammers can get the highest level of control over your phone with just one text message, how they intercept all the verification codes sent to you by the bank
without your knowledge. And most importantly, I will provide you with a few simple self-protection methods that you can do immediately after watching this today to protect your and your family's life savings. Having watched this far, please do not scroll away. The following content is the summary of my 30-plus years of experience. It may help you avoid significant financial losses. Please believe me, the 20-plus minutes you spend now are to protect your decades of hard work. This topic concerns every single one of us. Please be sure to watch until the end. Of course, if this helps you or you find this article useful, please leave a comment in the comments section, "Privacy Effort Matters," and share this video with your family and friends.
Act 1. The cornerstone of the script. Why we get hooked. Before we dive into the technical tricks, I want to first talk about psychology. Through countless interviews with victims, I've realized that people don't fall into traps because they're foolish, but because they're simply human. Scammers exploit the very traits that all of us share. I've broken these down into 3 main psychological hooks: fear, greed, and trust. First, fear. This is the toughest type of case to deal with because fear strips people of their ability to think clearly. I still remember a retired civil servant, Mr. Tony. He received a phone call from someone posing as a prosecutor, claiming he was tied to a money laundering case. Mr. Tony had lived an upright life and valued his reputation above all else. When the prosecutor recited his SIN number with authority and warned that the case was top secret, saying that even mentioning it would count as obstructing justice, Mr. Tony felt completely cut off from the world. His only thought was to clear his name. Step by step, he followed the scammer's instructions and eventually transferred all his savings into a so-called secure regulatory account. When fear takes over, the scammer's voice feels like the only lifeline. The second hook is greed, or more accurately, our natural desire for a better life. In recent years, the most common cases I've seen are investment scams. Many hardworking people hope to build some passive income after retirement to ease the financial pressure on their children. Scammers prey on this hope. They create dozens of fake accounts in Facebook groups, posing as satisfied students. Every day they share screenshots of profits supposedly earned with the teacher's help, fueling a wave of FOMO, fear of missing out. One victim, an auntie, told me, "Frank, I'm not greedy. I just felt that everyone was making money, and if I didn't, I'd be the fool." You see, this isn't simple greed. It's peer pressure, carefully manufactured by design. Finally, and most commonly, comes trust. Just like Ms. Maggie at the beginning, who trusted what looked like a government payment notice. We trust official institutions. This trust is what allows society to function normally. But scammers exploit it, cloaking themselves in authority to deceive us. There's also trust born from emotional connection. Many elderly people living alone meet someone online who showers them with care and attention. The daily "good morning" and "good night" messages may come more often than from their own children. Over time, this care creates emotional dependence, which turns into unconditional trust. So, when that person later asks for money or suggests an investment, saying no feels almost impossible. So remember, getting hooked is not your fault. It's because scammers know the script of human nature better than we do. And the very first step in defending ourselves is to recognize their psychological warfare. Act 2. A complete reenactment of 3 classic scams. After we've covered the psychology, I'm going to open the case files in my head and take you straight into the crime scenes to see how these technical scripts are actually written. Script 1. Your bill has arrived. This is the full version of Miss Maggie's case and the script currently responsible for the largest financial losses. It comes in many variations: unpaid utility notices, health insurance alerts, traffic ticket queries, bank point expiration warnings, and more. But the core play is always the same. Step 1. Personalized bait. You won't usually receive crude mass texts like, "Congratulations, you've won," anymore. Today's messages are highly personalized. They might include your name plus a claimed fine, a parking fee, a utility bill, or a notice that your bank points are about to expire. Much of this data comes from previously leaked databases. The goal is to convince you the message is meant specifically for you. Step 2. The perfect stage. When you click the link, you arrive at a phishing site that looks shockingly real. In cases we've investigated, these sites cost very little to produce, but are painstakingly made to look authentic. They copy official logos, colors, and fonts, so you'll let your guard down. Step 3. The fatal Trojan horse. This is the heart of the scam. When you're asked to install a security certificate plugin or a new version of the app, what you're actually installing is a Trojan. After reverse engineering these programs in our lab, we found they immediately request some of the most sensitive permissions. They ask to read your contacts and SMS messages and, more alarmingly, to enable your phone's accessibility service or other assistive features. Friends, the accessibility service was designed for people with visual or mobility impairments. It lets third-party apps simulate taps and swipes on the screen. Granting that permission is like giving the scammer an invisible remote control hand. They can operate your phone without you touching it. Step 4. Automated theft in the dead of night. This explains why money often disappears in the middle of the night. The scammers have written automated scripts. When they activate an attack, the Trojan opens your mobile banking app automatically. It inputs your account and password because it has already captured them. If a verification code is sent by SMS, the Trojan intercepts it and reads it before you see it, then fills it into the verification field. Finally, it simulates a tap on the Confirm Transfer button. The whole process can take only a few minutes. Your phone has been hijacked in a digital world you can't see. This is data theft, no different in effect than a burglar breaking into your home. Script 2. Guess who I am? I handled this one a decade ago, but now it's more patient and more dangerous. Where once scammers would call and beg for money, now they call, pretend to be an acquaintance, add you on WhatsApp, and wait, sometimes for months. Once you accept a stranger's friend request, you've opened another avenue for attack. Using the information they gather, they build a virtual identity that mirrors yours. They don't rush. They observe your social circle, copy your profile picture and posts, and stitch together a convincing doppelganger. Without you knowing, another you is born online. That copy starts posting updates, messaging your contacts, and even impersonating you in illicit schemes. From there, the script may shift into the investment or emergency borrowing scams we already discussed, combining traditional phone scams with modern social media tools and becoming far more convincing. Script 3. The fake investment app with guaranteed profits. This scam has produced some of the largest single-case losses I've seen. One victim, planning to use retirement savings to open a coffee shop, lost over $4 million to this kind of scheme. The hook is an investment app you won't find on official app stores. Scammers claim it's VIP only, so it can't be listed, a lie aimed at making it sound exclusive. In truth, it's barred because it wouldn't pass Apple or Google's review. What you install isn't a genuine financial tool, but a controlled environment, a standalone app where the scammers can manipulate numbers at will. The profits displayed are a performance designed to lure you into investing more. When you finally put in your life savings, They pull the plug and the app disappears.
Having shared so many frightening cases, my goal is not to make you afraid of your phone. Quite the opposite. Understanding the enemy is the first step to defeating them. After more than 30 years of battling hackers, I can confidently tell you, defense is almost always easier than attack. Now, I want to share a simple 3-step data security plan distilled from thousands of cases that any family can put into practice. Step 1. Guard the gate. Follow the official App Store rule. Here's the one sentence I want you to carve into your memory. Only download apps from the App Store or Google Play Store on your phone. This is the first and strongest wall phone manufacturers have built for us. If any program asks you to install via a link from a text, Facebook, or a random web page, treat it as sugar-coated poison and stay far away. Step 2. Verify for yourself. Stop clicking links in text messages. Starting today, please build a new habit. No matter how official a payment notice or notification text looks, don't tap the link inside. Instead, return to your home screen, open your browser, and type the company's name manually. For example, Transportation Corridor Agencies, TCA, in Orange County, CA. Then enter the official site you found yourself, log in, and make your payment there. That extra 1 minute of verification is your digital life-saving charm. Step 3. Clean house regularly. Review app permissions monthly. Make this a monthly ritual, like paying your bills. Open your phone's settings, go to Apps or Privacy, and spend 5 minutes checking which apps can read your text messages and which ones have accessibility services enabled. If you spot anything suspicious or an app you don't even remember installing, uninstall it on the spot.
These 3 steps are for ourselves, but cybersecurity is never a solo effort. It's a family responsibility. In my view, a household built on trust and open communication is a fortress no hacker can break through. For those of you who are children, please don't just forward this video to your parents and feel your job is done. Take a weekend to visit in person, not to lecture, but to show you care. Sit down with them, share a cup of tea, and say something like, "Dad, Mom, let me help you check your phones. While I'm at it, I can also make the font bigger for you, okay?" In that warm setting, help them build their defenses. This works far better than any stern warning. In my 20 years, I've seen far too many victims sink into deep self-blame after being scammed. They stay silent, afraid to tell their families, and end up carrying enormous financial and emotional burdens alone. Many feel like refugees in the digital age, left behind and unprotected. So here are some suggestions for adult children on how we can help our elders. I call it the 3 don'ts and 3 do's principle. Don't blame, don't mock, don't lose patience. Never say, "How could you believe that?" Doing so only makes them less willing to ask for help next time. Do listen, do practice, do proactively set things up. Patiently hear them out when they share suspicious situations. Spend an afternoon practicing the 3 rules we discussed earlier. Proactively help adjust their phone settings. This is one of the best ways to show love and care in action. I also strongly recommend that every household create a family anti-fraud verification group. On Facebook or any chat platform, add your core family members. Give the group a fun name like Our Family of Detectives. Make a simple agreement with your parents. Whenever they receive a suspicious message or call, even if they're only slightly unsure, they shouldn't act immediately. Instead, they should first take a screenshot or forward the details to the group and let everyone help evaluate it. At the same time, remind them that the 1-866-720-5721 National Center for Disaster Fraud hotline is their most trustworthy official channel for help.
We have spent a significant amount of time today breaking down the psychological tactics and technical scripts used by scam groups. You will find that the scammer's greatest weapon is their deep insight into human nature, and our most powerful tools to fight back come down to just two things: knowledge and connection. Knowledge is everything you've gained from this video. It helps you see through scams, transforming you from a passive target into an active analyst. Connection is the invaluable trust and communication we share with our family and friends. When scammers try to isolate us with fear, our bond with loved ones gives us courage. When they tempt us with greed, that connection serves as a reminder of what truly matters. When they attempt to deceive us by exploiting trust, our relationships become our strongest defense. So, after watching this video, you're no longer just a viewer absorbing information. You now hold the knowledge and the power to become your family's information security gatekeeper. The role of a gatekeeper is not to assign blame, but to offer protection. Now, pick up your phone and do three things. Scan your phone for any apps from unknown or suspicious sources. Create or locate your family's Facebook group chat. Share this video there. Every share strengthens the firewall around the people you care about. Every reminder adds another brick to the wall that keeps scammers out of our homes. I'm Frank, here to help protect your assets and your peace of mind. Thanks for watching. See you next time.